just fine myself. In today's video, we have a unique topic. Unique topic. How to get girls. Now, first things first, I've been in a relationship for 2 years now. Long time. And I will say this. None of you, obviously I'm assuming a lot of young men are watching this, none of you should be focused on getting a girl if you're not even focused on being a good man. The type of girl that you want. Think about it. Smart, funny, obviously good looking. You want a girl you're attracted to, but what kind of girl does she want? What kind of guy does she want? What kind of man would her parents want for her? Somebody who is smart, takes care of himself, has some goals, has some ambitions. So just evaluate yourself real quick. Are you always just hanging around your friends? Are you always just playing video games, or just doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, not taking care of your hygiene? Think about that. And if you're not taking care of yourself, don't even be worried about getting a girl right now. Straighten yourself out. Doesn't matter, even if you're in school. I get it. Some people are young. They don't even have a job yet. That's fine. Maybe you don't have your career. Don't worry about that. But if you're not, just whatever the things that you do have, if you're not managing those well, you are going to make it harder for yourself trying to pick up those pieces while also caring for and taking care of a girl. So, but anyways, how to get a girl. Gotta get that out of the way first. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. Today is currently November 16th, 9:06 p.m. And it's just a whisper ramble. So, first of all, you need to decide what kind of girl you want. And I'm not talking about just, looks-wise. Obviously, everybody's gonna have their preference, whether, that involves hair color, ethnic background, height, body shape, body style, fashion sense. Those are different things. But I mean, yeah, some people want a girl that's, American culture. Some people want to share the same culture as themselves. I'm Hispanic. If I was looking for a girl, my culture type, there's specific places that I probably would be more keen to hang around to find that type of person. What's most important to me is do they believe in the same thing as me? So you gotta figure out where you would find this lady, this future partner of yours. After you decide that, maybe that be at a mall, maybe that be at a church event, maybe that just is at school, whatever it is. Now, you gotta think, what are the things that you can control and the things you cannot? Some things you can control are your own physical appearance. How are you going to present yourself to approaching or meeting this person, this girl that you want to meet and hopefully one day date and further on? How do you want to meet them? When you approach them, do you want to what? Well, you gotta think about smelling good. You gotta think about taking care of your hair, guys. You may not think about it, you may not think it, but having a haircut can either make or break you. Seriously, a guy can really elevate his looks by adjust his hairstyle and getting a fresh, clean fade. So make sure you guys are not going to super cuts or great clips or any of those places when getting your haircuts. I get it, you're trying to save the extra money, but get a nice fade. Smell good. Get a nice cologne. You don't have to go get the most expensive cologne, but you do not want to be smelling bad. It's better to smell like nothing than to smell bad. So make sure you are smelling nice. Make sure you don't have to have expensive clothes. You don't want a girl that's caring about that so much anyways. But make sure your clothes are ironed and, not wrinkly or have stains on them. Think about the things you can control. And now, the things you can't control, don't worry about them so much when looking for your partner. What things can you not control? Well, you can't control the girl's preference. You can't. You really can't. You can't control your height. You can't control, let's think. You can't control, a lot of your physical appearance. Some girls like, a hairy person. You maybe can't control that so much. So those types of things, don't worry about them, but the things that you can, focus on those. Go to the gym. Try to get a job. Make yourself seem appealing, like you got things going for yourself. Do good in school, whatever it is. Do good in your sports, whatever it is. Now, once you realize and assess all those things, figure out how you are going to get this girl. I highly recommend staying off the internet when trying to find your girl, unless you have like a nice little profile and stuff and whatever. But unless you kind of know a little bit about this person, at least where she's from and all these things, but stay off the internet. So I'm going to be talking about real life. Now, when you approach a woman, approach a girl, bro, do not overcomplicate it and do not be corny. Don't walk up to a girl and try to give a cheesy pickup line. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's cool, but if you're not smooth and if you don't have that confidence, don't do it. If you absolutely have confidence, if you're funny, if you are like that, then yeah, do it. But if you are not, you're shaky, just think about going up and starting a conversation. Introduce yourself. Hey, my name is blank. What's your name? Now, given you've already taken care of all the other stuff, you make sure your hair is not a mess. You make sure your clothes are cool, like, ironed and stuff. You make sure you're smelling decent. All of those things. Now, walk up, say, hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. You do not have to drown the girl in compliments. You don't have to do that. You may think that, I need to make sure that I drown them in compliments. No, you don't. You can say one or two things that you found interest in this person, but honestly, the girl's kind of gonna think you're just trying to simp, and also she's gonna think that you are just trying to overcompensate for the lack of you not, being confident. Oh, you're so pretty, I like your eyes. Like, those are generic things. You can say that eventually, but don't even worry about that. Introduce yourself confidently. Eye contact, huge thing. Eye contact. You don't have to spend 5 minutes talking to her. If the conversation's slow or flowing smoothly, let it run, bruh. Let it run. And if there begins to be awkward silences, cut it off. Say, alright, well, it was nice to meet you. But think of these things. One, the introduction. You need the introduction. It can be very simple. If you're, like I said, if you're smooth, do a pickup line, sure. If you're not smooth, don't do it. Just name, what's your name? Where are you going? Or, where are you from the area? Whatever. Smooth. Just keep it cool. Then, what is the goal here? Eventually you gotta close it out, but we got to kinda get it down a little bit to there. You gotta figure out where you guys have a slight bit of common ground. That could be either, oh, we go to the same school, or we went to the same school, or whatever. Figure out that little common ground. And then thirdly, try to close it out. As for the phone number, I don't recommend you do social media. I don't recommend it. I would say, hey, can I get your number? Da-da-da-da-da. If she said to no, I only do social media, I only do Instagram, that's a little bit iffy there. I wouldn't think that she's really that interested in you. And I also, I don't know. So I would really try to get the phone number. Whatever, if you can't, it's up to you if you want to do that. But getting the phone number is key. Now, texting. How do you approach a text after you got a girl's number? Okay, cool. You did all the steps that you needed to do. What do you do then? Bruh, be normal. Don't text and right away as soon as you get home, da-da-da-da. You can say, hey, it was nice to meet you. This is Aaron. Save my contact. Cool. But the point is the close. Remember the close. You need to close it out. Seal the deal. Your goal is to get a date. So, when you text, say, hey, it was nice to meet you. This is Aaron from the other day. I was thinking we go, if you're free on Friday, this time. I was thinking we go here. Cool. If she says yes, great. If she says no, here's what I would recommend. When you ask the question, give a yes or yes question. Don't give a yes or no. Say, hey, I was thinking, at the end of the week, would you want to meet Friday at 6, or does Saturday at around 5 work for you? Now, she doesn't have an option to say no, because if you just say Friday, she's going to be like, it's either yes or no. So you give her Friday or Sunday. Give her 2 choices. After you get 2 choices, if she says no to both of those, bruh, only give it one more attempt. Like, realistically, I know women like to be chased and whatever, but bruh, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just like if she says neither to those dates or whatever, be like, oh, okay, da-da-da, well, when I'm free, I'll let you know about another day. And then you can do all the texting on your own. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about how to set up the date. Then one more attempt. Hey, this, what does your schedule usually look like? You can ask that. Then, if she says her schedule's free, da-da-da, you try to set it up one more time. If you can set up that date, do it, bro. If not, just forget about it. Don't even worry about it, bro. So, I would say, when you're getting a girl, focus on what the goal is. Take care of what you can control. Don't worry about the things you cannot control. Figure out the type of girl you want, and don't waste your time if you realize that the type of girl you want is different than the girl that you're approaching. also, don't get into a relationship or don't try to get at girls for a selfish reason. It's not gonna work. Well, depending on what you're looking for, but it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. So, with that being said, hopefully one of you guys found this video interesting. God bless you. Catch you soon.